Hi everyone. In this video, I'm going to do an overview and kind of a tutorial on Google Gemini. And Google Gemini is kind of Google's alternative to ChatGPT. It's a chatbot. It's very smart. It's a lot of things you can do with it. I think it's very useful. And by default, you can use the free version. And all you need is a Google account. And you can go to gemini.google.com. And when you first start out, it might look like this. I think initially you're going to need to accept some permissions or go through some terms of service or something like that. But after you do that, you'll be able to see something like this. You'll see a blank, kind of a blank page like this, kind of like on ChatGPT, and then you can ask it the prompt. So let's start with this first one here. So I have a list of AI prompts to test the quality and speed of AI models. And I think that this question is a good question because it's somewhat complicated. And anyway, so I think Gemini gave a very good answer. And specifically, Gemini 2.0 Flash gave the answer. That's the model being used right now. So again, the question is discuss the impact of AI on job automation. And it gives a very good answer in my opinion. It talks about automation of repetitive tasks, job displacement, creation of new jobs, changes in skill requirements. For example, the demand for skills like critical thinking, problem solving, creativity, emotional intelligence is increasing. So I think that's very interesting. Technical skills related to AI, such as programming and data analysis, are also becoming highly valued. So this is kind of my background right now, is programming and data analysis, and this makes me excited. But anyway, so regarding the answer itself, I think it's very good. Increased productivity and efficiency, ethical considerations. Okay, so I think this answer is very good. This was just one example of a thing you could have asked. And at the bottom, you can give feedback if you want, and you can regenerate. And you also have the option to have it read out. So, for example, we can try to listen to this. Let's have it listen. See how
the impact of artificial intelligence, AI, on job automation is a complex and evolving issue, with both significant opportunities and challenges. Here's a breakdown of key aspects. Key impacts. Automation of repetitive tasks.
Okay, so I think that answer is very good. And I think it's cool that this thing here, it kind of follows it as you go down, so you can play it later. I think that's super cool. You can double check the response. I'm not going to do that. And then you have the option to click on copy. So I'm going to copy to clipboard. And then it saves it as Markdown. So this is Markdown code. And then, for example, you can open a Google Doc and you can paste the contents. So, and Google Docs is very good with that. So it can kind of convert the Markdown text to automatically formatted. And you can also go to markdown to html.com, and this is it converts the markdown text to HTML. And I think this looks better. So you can copy the markdown from there, and like I said, and this is what the output looks like. Okay, and a very cool feature I think is also the option to share and export. And one of the options is you can draft in Gmail. I'm not going to do that, but they have the option to export to Docs. And this is something that I think is very cool. So it will open a new Google document, and it'll automatically have the output here, which I think is super cool. So it'll automatically create a doc for you, and I think that's a very interesting feature. So you can go from Gemini to Google Docs, and it also gives a title, which I think is very good. And then you also have the option to share the conversation, like here. So if you want to share this with another person, you can copy the link. And here I'm opening a new I open this as in incognito mode, so I'm not logged in, and this is what another person might see, so it might look like this. I think that's very cool. So you can share the links, and you can also export it to Google Docs for yourself. And if you're just doing it for yourself, you can actually just copy the link at the top. So for example here, open in a new tab. So you can access your work again by just copying the URL. So this will just work for you, but you can share it with other people, and I think that's very cool. And now I want to test using the microphone. So for example here, you can use microphone, and you'll need to allow it. Google, teach me ideas for dog training. Okay, so I have a business that sells dog products, and dog training is something that's interesting to me. So I asked this question with my voice, which is very cool. I had to press enter because uh, the microphone wasn't stopping. But anyway, I think this is a very good answer. And then of course you can have it read out loud like this. Let's say, listen. Dog training is a rewarding experience.
Dog training is a rewarding experience that strengthens the bond between you and your furry friend. Here's a breakdown of key ideas and principles to help you on your training journey.
Okay, so I think that's a really great answer. And now what I want to do is I just showed you the use of the microphone. Now I want to show you how to, you can actually generate images. So for example, generate an image of a dog and a cat playing together. So it's smart enough to know that you want to generate an image, and it uses Imagen 3. I'm not sure if it's pronounced Imagine 3 or Imagen 3. But anyway, I think this is a good image. Let's say generate another image of a dog playing with a cat. And I think this is super realistic. So this looks like a yellow lab, and I'm not so familiar with cats, but you know, that's a specific breed of cat. And I think that's a really good one. Okay, so it's making a new image. Now let's try an image of something that would probably never exist. Let's say create an image of two polar bears playing playing ice hockey with two Arctic Okay, I couldn't spell the word Arctic for some reason. So create an image of two polar bears playing ice hockey with two Arctic wolves at the North Pole. Okay, this is something that would probably never happen naturally, but Imagine can create this image just from my imagination, which I think is really cool, and I'm interested to see what this is going to look like. Oh my gosh, that looks so cool. Look at this. You got the polar bears. Um, they've got the sticks. The wolves don't have any sticks, so I don't know how they're going to play ice hockey together. But I think the goal looks really cool. So they're playing on ice, and there's snow. I think that's actually a very realistic picture. At least, and it was generated in less than 10 seconds, which I think is incredible. Having a human artist make this might take several hours to make, so I think that's incredible. And I think the bears are super realistic. The goal is maybe not that realistic, but I like the wolves. I think they're also very realistic. And you can download this image. I'm going to show you downloading the image. So click on download. So I downloaded the image, and it's actually a large image. I'm very impressed, actually. Uh, the dimensions are 2048 by 2048, and so that means it's very high quality. I'm super impressed. So you can go from So you can do this all from a text prompt, which I think is super cool. So you can use text to image, and then you can download the image, and then of course you can share and export, and then I wonder what copy gives actually. Okay, copy just shows the text and then it shows the image generation. So a copy is not really that useful. It just copies the text, but not the image. Okay, so I think that's very cool. Now, I want to show you another thing that's incredibly useful with Google Gemini. This is something that other AI tools don't really have. This is unique to Gemini. So for example, let's say you wanted to learn data science and you stumbled upon this guy's video. What you can do is, let's say he's got a 12-minute video, and let's say you don't have 12 minutes, you just want a summary. So what you can say is, you can do summarize this YouTube video comprehensively. Or you could just say summarize this YouTube video. And then you put the URL. And what's very good about Google owning YouTube is that means Google has direct access to YouTube data. So it's able to access the transcripts, and then here it can summarize. And look how quickly that was done. So that was done in like less than 5 seconds. So look, this is super amazing in my opinion. So it gives different timestamps and it gives a summary. So how to learn data science effectively by different steps involved, learning about IDEs, Python, beautiful soup, web scraping. Okay, a lot of this is very useful. Data visualization tools, Matplotlib, Seaborn. Okay, if you ever study data science, these are definitely things you'll interact with. And I think that this is really amazing. So this saved me 12 minutes from having to watch that video. I mean, I'd still think that would probably be a good video to watch. But let's say I don't have 12 minutes. Let's say I have only just 1 minute. So I can summarize, so you can basically summarize any video. And let's say I go back to one of my videos. So I've made different videos recently, and let's say I want to summarize this Suno video. So I'm not going to tell it. Let's go. Okay, so let's say I want to have it summarize one of my videos. So it's basically about AI music generation. So this video is an overview of Suno AI text-to-music generator. All right, that's correct. That's amazing. Yeah, so I think it gives a very good summary. Yeah, I mean, this is super smart. So it talks about limitations. I mentioned in the video that some artists, like for example Iron Maiden, they might have, or their company might have contacted Suno to tell them not to train on their music. I think AC/DC, I tried to do that and it didn't work. So this is a very great output. I think this is really amazing. So I just showed you YouTube summaries. So I showed you one kind of a complicated question, and it gave a really good answer, and then it summarized a YouTube video, and we've made images. So far it's very good. And then again, if you want to see on the left, you can see your previous prompts if you want. So I think this is a very good model. I think Gemini is amazing. Okay, so let's collapse this. And later on, okay, this is currently using Gemini 2.0 Flash, but later if you want to try different AI models, you can do that on this side here. I made a previous video about Google AI Studio, and AI Studio, you can do a whole lot more than Google Gemini, but it's a bit more complicated. Google Gemini, I think, is a really amazing tool, and I use Gemini several times a week, sometimes daily. So Gemini and ChatGPT, and I often use DeepSeek and Grok, and I'm going to be using APIs more. And Gemini is, anyway, a really amazing tool in my opinion. And again, I showed you, this is an image that we generated with Gemini, and I think this is an amazing image. So, and then this again this is a link that you can share with your friends. Like you can share your output. And I showed you again that this is generated by Gemini. So there's so many things you can do with Gemini. And again, Gemini is kind of an Google's alternative to ChatGPT. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you liked this, I'd appreciate if you could subscribe or follow my channel, like the video, and see you in the next one. Thank you.